Wait, how did I die? What killed me?
Oh my god!
No way! No! Oh my gosh!
He's the name on the scene, loaded with the sauce, living the dream. Let's get right action, he's the real deal. Streaming live now, making you feel. Triple G, he's the one we see. Loaded with the sauce, bringing all the energy. Living, streaming, and now you can't deny. Triple G, watch him rise and fly. From dusk till dawn, he's on the grind. Every single stream, blowing energy. Living, streaming, and now you can't deny. Triple G, watch him rise and fly. So tune in now, don't miss a beat. Triple G's the legend, can't be beat. Streaming live, making history. Triple G, the one and only, that's the key.
Wait, how did I die? What killed me?
Oh my god!
No way! No! Oh my gosh!
Triple G, he's the name on the scene. Loaded with the sauce, living the dream. Let's get right action, he's the real deal. Streaming live now, making you feel. Triple G, he's the one we see. Loaded with the sauce, bringing all the energy. Living, streaming, and now you can't deny. Triple G, watch him rise and fly. From dusk till dawn, he's on the grind. Every single stream, blowing energy. Living, streaming, and now you can't deny. Triple G, watch him rise and fly. So tune in now, don't miss a beat. Triple G's the legend, can't be beat. Streaming live, making history. Triple G, the one and only, that's the key.
Wait, how did I die? What killed me?
Oh my god!
No way! No! Oh my gosh!
Triple G, he's the name on the scene. Loaded with the sauce, living the dream. Let's get right action, he's the real deal. Streaming live now, making you feel. Triple G, he's the one we see.
All right, everybody, how y'all doing today?
All the
Oh,
energy.
switch. There we go. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing today? We are excited for the podcast. We're excited to have you here. We have a few main topics. We're going to talk about some knives, riot shields. You've got me, Triple G, your host. We're definitely excited to, let everybody else who's here, have their shining moment. We've got Pickles sitting over in the corner. He's quiet today. We've got Double, who is our guest speaker. Probably a really avid knife player, henceforth why we have knifing as our main topic of discussion. He loves knives and riot shields. He loves to go around and troll people, just like anybody else here in this podcast. And he's also a streamer who's done phenomenal work in the charity area. And he has just a few words he would like to share with you guys as we switch over so that you can see him.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Double O Kills, and I do knife a lot with my friends. We'll play, we've been. I think I got into knifing in Black Ops 2. I think is when I kind of started getting into it, and I've been knifing ever since. I mean, guns are fun and all, but there's nothing quite as satisfying, quite as enjoyable as stabbing somebody when they're trying to shoot you, or with one of the more recent Black Ops, throwing tomahawks into their back. I quite enjoyed the tomahawk throwing into into them, and that is something that I actually kind of became quite proficient with as well, getting some trick shots and some other things. So it was good. And I stream every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 9:30 p.m. Central on a schedule, and then I do random bonus streams here and there. But do those streams, and all my streaming raises money for charity. So everything that I do, I raise money all year long from June 1st to July 31st every year. And we raise, wait, is that right? Yes, May 31st to June 1st to May 31st, something like that. The months. Anyway, and we raise money every year to go in and sponsor children in poverty in Nicaragua, providing food, clothes, and a better future through education through a charity, Child Hope. It's a charity that I'm very familiar with, that I know personally, and that I have friends who have built the schools and worked with the kids and taken the photos of the children that are on their website, and so I know they're all fully legit, and they're over 80% efficient with their money. So I'm very, very particular about those kinds of things. And this last year we actually sponsored, which is a very good year for me. I won't mince any words. It was a very good year. We sponsored 15 kids for this year, providing food, clothes, and a better education for 15 kids from a small stream like me. That's that's God thing. I never would have expected that to happen, and still, there it was. So I take no credit on that one.
Yeah. Dude, amazing work. Definitely after this, if you want to send over any URLs that you want us to add into the description of the podcast so that people can check that out and head over there, we would love to do that and support you. Because that's amazing work, and it's
Awesome.
providing for kids in need. So, yes, we have a ton of news as well. If you haven't done so, Black Ops 6 is available to download onto your computer already. It's pre-download available. They've come out with the times that are available for the game as well, for the launch dates. Early in the morning, Xbox and PlayStation are gonna have access to that at 4 a.m. on the 25th. And then PC, unfortunately, will not get access to that until 9 p.m. So you're gonna have, at least 14 hours of gameplay on PC players. Now, of course, we don't know if there's going to be anything fishy happening, that if an Xbox player invites a PC player, if that'll open up the lobbies for them, as long as they have somebody of the Xbox status or PlayStation status, right? Those kinds of things happened last year. It was kind of funky. You didn't know what to expect. All of a sudden, I was getting invites, Pickles was getting invites, and we were just running along into lobbies,
Yeah,
you
you're just
know.
kind of hoping somebody on
Yeah.
Xbox was on. Yeah.
Just a couple hours early. That's what you wanted. You were hoping your friend somehow got into a game and that he was going to invite you, and that you were worthy enough for invitation. I guess I don't know. Right. So there's that news, and then they're going to be making some major changes to the multiplayer as well. Those are things that we are definitely going to talk about in the next episode. So definitely stay tuned for those items. But for now, we've got knives and riot shields. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and open up the floor to Double or Pickles if they want to give us a little bit of their insight. And then I have on my side some of the actual. I have a web bot that goes in and scrapes information from the web for me. Yeehaw. And it kind of tells us the information that Activision gathered from what people liked and what they disliked about the knives specifically. So yeah, I'm gonna open up the floor to you two. Feel free to take charge whenever you want. I'm just talking until somebody has something interesting to say.
Well, I've got hot take on knives as far as Black Ops 6 goes. So, and it ties into, I think, some decisions they made this go round. So in every Call of Duty that I've played to date that I can think of, when you're holding a knife as your primary weapon, not as your like a secondary melee, but like you actually have it equipped as a weapon. Now you can't necessarily equip it per se, but you can always have it equipped, so you can always bring it out and run with it. In this
Yeah.
one, which I liked, because I liked being able to have that functionality. But the the issue that I had was that you don't go any faster than anybody else in the game
Mm,
who's running around with a big lunking gun as they're just lugging it around the map.
yeah.
So when I'm chasing people down, I can't actually catch up to anybody because there's no speed difference. So I met with death after death after death of frustration. Which is, if you're gonna go knifing, you know you're gonna die a lot. Like, you're not in it for the KD, right? That's not what you're doing. You're not in it for the KD. You're not in it for like this like 45, 50, 60, 80 kill round or whatever. Like, you're in it for making somebody feel that misery and embarrassment that while they had a gun, they died to a guy with a knife. There's nothing quite as sweet in Call of Duty as going around just stabbing people who are trying to shoot you. It tells them they're bad in a whole new level. It's
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
But
Love it.
in this game mode, uh, or not in this game mode rather, but in the beta that we were playing, what I noticed is I could never catch anyone. And with Omni movement, they could just dive and turn around because they would hear my footsteps, but I could never close the distance. And so I would not be able to close the distance. They could dive and turn around without having to actually like run around or make some kind of a turn to get me. And there was nothing that I could do to make that distance close. There was no lunge distance or lock on that occurred for the knife. And I'm a mouse and keyboard player, so perhaps there's a little more lock on for the knife with controller. I know my son plays controller sometimes. He plays keyboard sometimes. He said when he started playing controller, it was a night and day difference with how easy it was to get kills. No shade. And so the fact remains, though, that for knifing, I mean, it was a it was a tough struggle. And there's an argument to be made that maybe that makes the kills that much more satisfying or that much more embarrassing for the others. But at a certain point, you just start getting beaten down, and you don't have fun dying over and 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 getting a kill.
Mhm.
You'd be much happier dying over and over and getting a kill and dying over and over and getting a kill. It's that kind of a situation. So I'm very, very curious to see if they come out with an alteration or a modification to the knifing that's the way that your movement goes, or if there's going to be some kind of option or ability to make me faster, so that I can close that gap and be able to get that distance closed when I'm trying to knife somebody.
Yeah. That I
Yeah,
mean,
I
that
did not know
absolutely
they
makes sense.
changed the running speed. I did not notice that at all. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know why they would. Go ahead.
when I was going with a knife, there was no acceleration. There was no difference in speed between the people carrying a gun. And for every other Black Ops, every other Call of Duty that I've played, there has been a faster movement with the knife, so you can close that gap, you can close that distance. And so that was, I thought there was yeah, and maybe I'm a niche, right? I mean, I'm clearly a niche. Most people play this for the guns. This is a shooting game. It's a first-person shooter, not a first-person stabber. S stands for shooting, not stabbing.
Yeah.
But I'm a first-person stabber. I like to do that, and so the that lack of movement speed was just it was crushing my soul sometimes. There were a couple of maps, I will say, that were very small and you could just corner hide, right? You could just corner hide, run around.
Yeah.
People couldn't move very far, so there wasn't a lot of distance. And uh, what was that mine one? I forget what it was called, but
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah, you could run around a knife in that pretty well and be all right, right? You'd be all right.
Yeah,
But boy, other places you'd be in the hurt.
Yeah. Trying to chase somebody down without that speed boost is terrible, terrifying. You come around a corner and hope that they're close enough you can that instant stab. Um, I also, just to kind of add on to that, um, like you didn't have as much of a lunge. That also adds another layer of difficulty. I don't know if there are a couple issues with the knifing system and they're gonna pan them out, or we get the game, but that was definitely an issue that I saw as well. That I feel like the knifing system kind of lacks that depth that it has had in previous games. I hope that they can, if they can add even a perk or something for people that want, like you were saying, anything to help add on to that perk would definitely, knifing, definitely change the way that it's introduced into this. Pickles, you got anything that you want to say on the knifing section?
I mean, I don't know. I always equipped a knife like as a secondary so I could run faster, maybe get to my my objective faster at the beginning of the game or something like that. A spot I
Yeah.
liked.
Yeah, you'd see pros doing
So
that
I
as
just
well.
don't understand. Yeah, you see, like that's what it is in every game. CS:GO, Apex Legends, you bring out your melee and you run faster.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hired some new devs who just don't play games anymore. You know, I don't know what their thought process is on it, but
Yeah.
We like to make games. We don't like to play them. No.
Yeah.
We just focus through that.
Yeah. What are we thinking? What are we doing? Right? Okay, so a few of the likes and dislikes that people have noticed that they gathered data on, some of it doesn't make sense because they did say increased movement speed, one of them, which I completely disagree with, because all of us didn't see any of that. Um, some things that
I
people
forgot to turn
liked.
that feature on. Whoops.
Oops. One of the features that people liked in this one too is that it's a one-hit kill potential. Which is great, right? I understand if they don't do that with the pro players because right, they're looking for more depth of skill for guns than they are like them actually using their knives, which would make sense if it was one hit in pubs, but in professional settings it wasn't. The integration of the Omni movement with the knifing system adds uh definitely adds something new, right? The knife complements the new Omni movement system, allowing for agile and aggressive playstyles, right? You can slide around
I mean, it would
corners.
if it made it faster.
If they did make it, and they claim apparently that it's faster, but I'm going to take a big beef with that whole comment about not from you, but from them
Yes.
that was faster because I promise you, I ran across the whole map following one guy who must not have had any headphones on. I don't know how he didn't know I was back there, but I mean, I
Yeah.
ran the whole length of the map. I never closed the distance. Never, ever closed enough distance. And I mean, it was infuriatingly close, right? Because I took a swipe. I remember specifically 2 different times. I was running a huge distance behind a guy to the point where I was like, I can't believe this guy hasn't killed me or somebody else hasn't killed me. And I
Yeah.
took a swipe to try and just see if the lunge was there, if I could close a little bit of a distance with that, and nada. And then again, nada. And so it was very, very blatantly the same speed over huge, like more distance than you're ever going to run in a multiplayer map. I could not close the distance. So if there is a difference in speed, it is so just infinitesimal that it does not actually mean anything.
Yep. No, I agree with you on
It's
that.
crazy.
Like, that's something they need to fix. The Omni movement allows for like buttery movement, but if you don't have that speed, right, then you've got some issues. So the Omni movement integrated really well, but something's missing with that knife. Some of the things that people didn't like was limited melee options, right? They only showed us a standard combat knife. They didn't have any more diverse melee weapons. Hopefully
What they
they
had
can
the throwing combat axes, right?
the throwing axes.
They had
I
those,
mean,
right?
That's different. That's the throwable.
Yeah.
That's your lethal equipment, not your knife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you.
yes, and
Right, so that's your
people
lethal equipment. I
wanted
run them both.
to see, at least something other than just like a plain knife in beta, right? To see kind of what options that they were going to potentially bring to the field. They were definitely lacking that. We've already kind of gone over this, the lack of depth. Without that speed or increased movement speed, right? The knife is just like any other weapon, you just can't shoot it, right? So that you kind of lose that complexity without the speed. The Omni movement adds a little bit, but you
Yes.
definitely need that speed to make it more reliable. And then some
I would
people
like to see
actually
that shooting knife come back though.
Oh
Oh,
yes.
I was just thinking
Oh,
about
Yeah.
dude, that's so beautiful.
the ballistic knife.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yes.
Give me the ballistic knife. I will quit complaining. Because you could shoot that into the guy, run right over him, and pick it back up, and then be on your way. That
Yeah.
was mm, that
Yeah,
was
that
beautiful.
would, you know what? That would help fix some of that speed issue. Also, they do have a perk, if I remember right, that gives you 15% speed boost, but you have to get a kill with it, right? You have to be
I
on a
don't remember the
roll.
specifics.
I thought it was a
I don't
15%
remember
speed
the
boost.
specifics of the boost. I remember that there were some speed boost things, but I remember that it did not play well with anything else that I was using
Yeah.
or anything else
Yep.
that I was doing. And it seemed when I read it, I thought it was like, well, this doesn't matter. And I think you're right. I think it must have been a kill first because I'm like, this doesn't matter. If I'm knifing,
Yeah.
like I'll get a kill. And if if I can't get to that kill, then it doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. Like it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
It does. Now, if you gave me a stacking speed boost, okay, now we're talking. Give me
Yeah.
a stacking speed boost that I can get a kill, and if I get a kill with a knife until I die, I get a boost of speed, and another kill with a knife, I
Yeah.
get a boost of speed, until the point where I am so fast that I am an untouchable knifing maniac, just going around
Flash.
killing everyone. That would be hilarious. I mean, right? Like that
Yeah.
would be a game mechanic that I would get behind because a person like that, everyone would start targeting and they would just kill. Like he would just
Yeah.
die because he'd piss everyone off. But
Yeah.
it would make for unbelievable content and frustration
Yes.
and enjoyment. And that's the kind of stuff that makes clips. That's the kind of stuff that makes conversation. It makes some drama. I mean, that's the kind of thing that you want if you're trying to say like, "Oh, we're getting a lot of play off of this feature." I mean,
Yeah.
not that they really care. They're huge. They're going to get your money one way or the other. They don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Speaking
like
of them taking your money, did you buy the Black Cell bundle?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've bought nothing yet because I want that knifing to be fixed.
he wants the knife.
That's
to be
fair. I was
fixed.
gonna
Yep.
ask if you what your opinion on was of the Black Cell skin for the knife. It had a little eyeball and it shot electricity.
Listen,
It looked
I'm
alright.
all for melee skins. Like just across the board, one of the number one things that would evoke a purchase in previous Call of Duties, which I'm pretty tight with my money. So if you get me to part with some of it, you've done a pretty good job. I was melee skins and melee weapons that were funny, things like that would make for a comical kill. Or there was a finishing move that was the rabbit from Monty Python, for those of us that have watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And there's the rabbit that jumps out and murders the people. They had that as one of the finishing moves, but they released it just at the very end of the game's main window, and so it didn't transfer over with anybody. Got a little mad about that, but we moved on.
Yep. Nothing like feeling like, aw, at the end of a game, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. There's they need to fix it. And people also noticed unreliable hit detection, the knives, right? Sometimes it would hit and sometimes it wouldn't. And I don't know if that affected whether or not you'd get your lunge.
I think that I don't know if it was unreliable hit detection or if there was no lunge. See, I think in fact, well, my guess, and maybe they're right, maybe I'm wrong, but what I noticed is that the hits seem to be fairly consistent for me if I was perfectly crosshaired on them. But if I was
Yeah.
even a little bit off, there was no rotation, there was no auto swing. Like I could be right next to you, but I could swing the knife. You're standing here, and I could swing the knife over like here, right next to you. But if its hit wasn't on you, then it wasn't going to stab you. And I felt like that wasn't exactly right, because honestly, if I'm right next to you and I'm swinging a knife, I'm not going to miss you. I'm not like, oh, whoops, And it's like that's not how that's going to work.
Yeah, no, agreed. Like, it's not
So
gonna happen
I
that way.
think that was probably the lunge. I think you were right. I think you were right catching on to that was
Has
the lunge
something to do
issue,
with
and,
it.
as
It's
it-
adding some kind of effect that's definitely hurt. it's not helping it. So maybe if they fix some of those issues, the unreliable hit detection might actually turn around and be more reliable. Um, yeah. Now, riot shields. Gosh, golly gee, I didn't see anything for riot shields in the beta. I'm hoping, I haven't heard
I was
any
personally
talk or
wondering where they were
detail.
at. They
Yeah,
weren't in the beta.
yeah,
I looked for them because I was like, this is what I wear, right? I wear a knife and a riot shield. This was my Black Ops outfit for years. A knife and a riot shield, or a
yep,
billy club and a riot shield, or a baseball bat and a riot shield, or an axe and a riot shield.
yeah.
Candy cane and a riot shield. I mean, whatever it was that I could kill you with a melee, and a riot shield, because I'm running
Yeah.
around and getting shot at, and I don't have a gun to shoot back with.
Yes. Yes, no, completely. Not only that, but like, if people, don't want to like go against the skill-based matchmaking system and play heavy ranked games, they just want to go into pubs and mess around and just kind of, enjoy their time. Um, right? Like Riot Shield Knife, that's the combo right there to go and have maximize your fun, maybe throwing knives or throwing axes or something like that. Um, right? So I feel like the beta was lacking one of the key things that would make Call of Duty great this time around, and that would be just, having a good time. It felt like they were focusing more on things that people were upset about in previous games, but they could potentially be leaving out and missing a great opportunity for trolls to play the game. I know I like to put my troll mask on every once in a while, go in with a riot shield and a knife, and have fun. Have fun with the game, right? Sometimes we're missing that, and it would be really sad if this time around this year, we didn't get to see that at all. And I haven't heard any talks about it. Everybody's talking about all of these other wonderful things, um, like the new multiplayer maps, Nuketown coming back, being called something else, and all of these other things. But oftentimes they leave the trolls out. Don't want to invite them in the house. Trolls make people upset, but they're also people that are integrally, they've been integrated into the game, whether we like it or not. They're gonna find some way to troll. Whether or not it's something that makes us more angry or mad, or something that we are familiar with and can combat, right? Riot shield and a knife isn't too difficult to combat, versus, I don't know. Anybody else got some ideas on that?
I mean, I'll just say, with years of experience getting killed with a riot shield and a knife, it's not too difficult to combat. There's nothing difficult about combating a riot shield and knife. You might die once or twice to the guy, but if you just start watching for him, I like there's no dying to that guy if you're looking for him,
Yeah.
because he's he's limited to like a 5 foot radius around his body, and that's it. Like, you can shoot him from across the map, you can throw a grenade at him, you can like, he's dying 7 times to get to you and kill you once,
Yeah.
and get back there and get like, speaking of Nuketown, like, you're dying 5, 6, 7 times before you get back there and get this sweet run that just gives you a high for the rest of the game. Until that time comes, you're paying the piper. I mean, you're
Yeah.
putting in your dues.
Yeah. And not only that, but just the fact that they can turn around and troll and have fun and have a good time allows everybody else to have a
And
good time.
stuff like that. The thing is, like, I feel like I don't come from competitive gaming. I never was competitive gaming. I've always been relaxed, fun, just chill, right? Because when it comes to the end of the day, I'm not making a living on this. I'm not, my skill in my game is not going to pay for a roof over my head, or put food on my table and feed my family. And I'm 43 years old. I've got a wife. I've got 2 kids. I mean, it's not like I can sit there and play and make a bajillion dollars doing it. I play games because when I'm done with work, I want to hang out with my friends. I'm not
Yeah.
getting in there to be super competitive and do all of this different stuff.
Yep. Oh, you're absolutely right on that. There are majority of people that want to be catered where they don't feel like they have to like sweat all the time, where they like they're blowing their brains out just to play a single match, right? Um,
Yeah,
and
it's
skill
like
base,
I don't need extra stress and pressure.
yeah, skill base has become almost top dog when it comes to finding a game, and you don't necessarily want that. And they say that the data shows that more people play longer when it's set up this way and it's done, a specific way. Um, However, when it comes to the things that make the game fun, they leave those things out, right? We can't have them say that the data points towards this makes the game they last longer and people want to play more when they leave out the things that, allow people to play longer, right? Because, you might, maybe when you get on and you're warming up, right? Maybe you'll troll around a little bit to kind of get yourself in the mood. You might switch over to being more serious. Then when you're getting ready to get off, you might, troll around for a little while longer at the end, right? And those extra times at both ends of that could be time that gets extended because they're having a good time, right? That might keep them
You
playing
know,
longer. It's
this
just,
makes me think of a guy I know. His name is Steve Jobs.
ooh,
Don't know him personally,
yeah,
obviously, but
yeah,
made a comment sometime back about the fact that one of the big problems with companies is that they promote marketing people. And working in marketing, I don't take any offense to that at all. He's right.
yep, yep, yep,
I mean, he's right. This is data driven development rather than an engineer or a person who knows what is just good and can make something great. It's somebody who's just trying to dial in all the fine tuned settings and get the numbers just right and drive by the numbers and live by the numbers and die by the numbers. And
yeah,
I'll tell you what, numbers add up, and that's true. But how many people have fun in math class? I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
like let's be honest here. Like it's great, and I'm sure that it's not like it's going to be zero fun. And I'm one of those weird guys that enjoyed math for a while. But eventually, even I got tired of it, and I was just like, "Oh man, I don't like this teacher. This is not fun anymore. None of this is any good. I don't want to do this now." And that's what happens in companies when they start just living and dying by the numbers, and they're just trying to serve the spreadsheet instead of the customer. And
yeah.
that's what
They've lost the
starts this
people
kind of stuff.
aspect.
Yep.
So, and that's definitely something that we can see now. Hopefully, with Microsoft kind of running the show and you know putting effort into it, they've ruined some stuff, but I'll give them a shot. Right? It's something new. We're kind of shaking things up to wake it up, and hopefully they get rain. They rein it in, and they kind of get that opportunity and they shine. Um, because there's nothing worse than watching a company that was people focused turn against that and then watch because they have so much money go down in a very slow flaming death. Ain't nothing fun to watch about that. And so we hope, okay, that they turn it around and they get things going in the right direction again. Sometimes that's what
Fingers
a company
crossed.
needs. Yeah, sometimes company just needs new leadership to get things going in the right direction. Um, and yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and head into the next section of things. Go ahead. I'm gonna switch you guys over so that you guys can watch the clips, and if you guys have stuff that you want to say with the clips as well, you can definitely do that. Now, I might have fix my audio when I move over, so it'll be just a second here. All right. Can everybody still hear me? All right, let's go. Ooh, you guys are louder over here. I have to just okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Okay. You guys see that all right? All right, let's go. Okay. So I just need to switch over. Gameplay. Go. And I'm gonna make sure audio is working. Audio is not working. Congratulations. I broke the audio. Says it's over here. All right. Let's see. Put that down and see if that helps. Option. Oh no. Won't move over. Not working. Yes, you're on my other computer, but my streaming computer is now not picking it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. Wait. Not even an option over here on this. Let's see. Oh. Ah. There we go. There we go. Now, the capture card audio is now up. Let's see. Can I hear you guys speak for a second? Oh no. Now you guys aren't getting picked up. I just Okay.
Well, the important thing is I made all the sounds for him, so that's what really matters.
Oh wait, there you are. Now you're over there.
Now I'm
Don't
over
touch a
there.
thing.
Don't move it. Don't touch it. Just click play and let it be.
Okay. I'm not touching anything. Okay. Here we go. Also, if anybody has any questions, now would be the time to go ahead and submit some questions. If we don't have any questions pop up, I will ask one of our hosts, one of our guest stars, or somebody else to pose a question for it. If you guys have any questions you want me to scrape the internet for, we can definitely do that. We have Perplexity Bot on our side and ready to go. So we'll go ahead and do our 2 clips here real quick. Bro, I'm pretty sure I got play of the game. There's no way I didn't, bro. I went 45 and 15, bro. I went 43 and 15. But, you know, I was too hyped to realize the actual play. Let's see what I got. That's 3. I'm on the 3rd one in this one. It didn't show all of them. But 4 and 5 and yum. Oh, yeah. So I'm not sure how I got away with the plays in this one. I'm gonna be honest. Bro, right? Like, I understand how I got the first 2. Let's see what I got over here. These guys weren't facing me. That was easy. There was nothing to that one, right? So I just come in and I wipe them out really quick. But there's people behind me. I don't know how I was able to 3. Rotate. I'm on the 3rd one in this one. It didn't show all of them. Yeah, see, that guy. Why did that guy get up? I'm confused. Maybe I baited him when I went around over to the left side, but like these 2 guys. 4 and 5 and yum, bro. Look at that. That's beautiful. Nice little cat there too. You know, everybody loves kitties.
Everybody loves kitties.
I don't know how that happened.
You know, I find myself oftentimes just focusing very, very, very hard. Just there are times where I will be completely oblivious and just like deadlocked in on what I'm trying to do, and totally not paying attention to what's happening around me, as my teammates have been able to attest many times. As I don't go to help them in other games where there's stuff happening. Yeah. But that's I I probably would have been one of those guys where I'm sure on their team they're sitting there like, "What are you doing? He was right there. How could you not help me?" I've been the guy that got that a few times.
You know what? I could agree with you on that. That happens to me. Um,
Yeah, it
I've
does.
I've
Yeah,
watched
it
that
does.
happen to you, Pickles, a couple times. I'm
Pickles,
screaming.
That
I'm
sounds almost personal.
I'm screaming at you, Pickles, save me! And you're off in like, I've got 3 people on my site. What do you got? I'm gonna go for the bigger number, bro. So,
I mean, bigger fish to fry sometimes.
true that, and that is why Pickles usually ends up, in the 50 kill range.
High kill
On a
counts.
regular. I kill games. At the
I'm that
sacrifice
guy
of
who
his
ruins games
teammates.
for people, you know.
Yes, you ruin
It's a
people's
beautiful thing.
games.
It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful. Skill-based matchmaking was made for you. You guys are, a match. All right. You know what? Yeah. Just cuz. All right. We're ready here for the next clip. Yeah. I don't know if anybody saw
So
that.
let me get this straight here. Let me get this straight. If you just play a little bit here, so you took the first guy down, okay, and then
If you
as
saw,
you do,
did you see him run past my screen there?
bring it back just a little bit. Run it back just a little bit.
He's that little
Is
blob.
that him right there?
That's him. That's the blob. Yeah. That's him.
Jeez.
I just see him just zoom past my screen. I immediately stop what I'm doing. Granted, let's go ahead and put something out there so that everybody knows this. This game does not have the same aim assist as it has had in the past, right? Let's start off there. Normally, what would happen in that situation is my aim assist would have locked onto that dude and it would have spun me around to follow him. I would have already been turned around with that aim assist at that range, right? I wouldn't have had to do what I did, which was
I wouldn't know what that's like.
So this is also another omni movement feel, which makes the game kind of butter. Is that I slide, and as I'm sliding, I turn around. Right? So I'm sliding and I'm turning around and I'm sliding backwards, right? And then I led into this guy. And yes, that was probably a little overkill there with that whole flushing sequence.
Just a little bit, you know.
But this
Like,
guy was shooting me. Like, do
If
you
it ain't it ain't bragging if you can do it, okay?
It ain't bragging.
You did it.
I did it. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. I did do
give
it.
it to that poor 12-year-old, bro.
Oh no. Dude,
You ended his pleas to buy the game right there.
What
You're
is-
just like you're sitting there and you destroyed him. He uninstalled right there. He just uninstalled it and he's like, "Dad, I don't need this anymore. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
What
go.
his
I'm gonna go get Minecraft logged in and I'll be back."
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why parents are buying their 12-year-olds an M for mature game. Just throwing that out there.
Parents don't care about their kids anymore. Come on. Now.
I'm saying.
But
Like, oh, you need 8.
I know. I'm a parent,
Yeah,
so
it's destroying me.
I just had to throw that out there, right? Okay. And then
Okay,
this
bro.
next guy, he's not facing me, so he's an easy kill. But I felt, like I needed to show you that, full lobby is my playground. Full lobby was as that was a rough clip of how that lobby went. Pretty sure if I went back in there, that one I was at like 40 or 50 was in that lobby as well. I loved it. Everybody else liked it too.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. So, if we have any questions, I haven't seen anybody in chat put any questions in. Do you guys have any questions?
You have something.
I'm sorry, I flashbanged you. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna bring you guys. I'm gonna bring you guys back over. Brought
So
you guys
light
back over to the
mode,
other side.
bright colored background. Nothing about your setup is aesthetic, bro. It hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are back up on the screen. Enjoy your time. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
good times.
yes. Do you guys have any questions about the game that's coming out? Specifically? Go ahead and kick us off.
I mean, are they going to get the lunge, and are they going to make me move faster?
Okay.
These are
Yes.
the two questions. These are the two questions that I need to know. Like, and I don't know that I will trust any answer. To be fair, no
Yeah.
slight.
Yes.
I'm not going to trust any answer until I see the
Until you
gameplay,
see it.
and I get to play an open beta day and see if the knife movement is correct. Now, my son, he is considering trying to do a 24-hour zombie run
Ooh,
on launch.
that's awesome.
So
Yes.
if it's possible I might buy the game just to be able to do that with him, and then consider the rest of it as just bonus or extra.
Yeah.
But I will say that it's man, it's without yeah, bro, without that it's so hard to be a fan of it when that ends up being the case.
Won't be the
But
same.
it's not the same, right? Like I still enjoyed the knifing that I got, but yeah, I think are they going to fix that? And I don't know there's any real strong way to know.
Definitely. I would agree with you on that. Right. So one of the things that I can do here is I can tell WebBot, Perplexity, go find out if Activision has said anything or acknowledged that the knifing is broken. And it's gonna go and scrape the whole internet. And that point here is that we're just trying to see if we can narrow down the truth and or narrow down what people have said. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. Does Activision does Activision, I definitely don't know how to spell apparently. Does Activision
Spelling.
acknowledge?
Misspelled so many words that my autocorrect is learning new words.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You
right.
accidentally click on the wrong spelling. You're like, oh crap.
No,
Yeah.
no. I have what's called fat finger syndrome, and so I believe I hit a specific letter, and in reality, when I move my head over a little bit, I go, nope, I definitely did not hit.
Gotta do more of this. It's hand workouts to
Oh,
get some
hand-
weight off those fingertips.
Well,
of
Yeah,
yours.
I gotta get those. I gotta get the weight off of the
Yes.
fingertips.
That
You're
dad bod
absolutely
coming out real
right.
strong. Right.
Yes,
Get them fit.
yes. I know. Dude, I know what you mean. Thank you for that tip. I'm gonna.
Or there's
Then.
also this one where you do two middle fingers here and then you separate them here. And you just
Yes.
have to switch them.
Oh yes. Spock to Ninja Turtles.
So you gotta make that happen. That's you gotta work
Coordination
out
right
those
there.
fingers, keep them thin.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got a whole workout regimen. You guys will see me next week, and I'm gonna have thin, skinny fingers. It's gonna happen.
Thin, trim fingers, man.
Yes,
hate you.
sir. All right. Here we go. Oop, I went to the wrong. Oh, okay. Now I just want to make sure. Yeah, Discord is still up. Okay. So, does Activision acknowledge? I know we're going off on tangents here. Y'all love it. Y'all love the page. Does Activision acknowledge that the knifing in Black Ops 6 is broken? And what I love about this web bot is that it can send out a generating search query really quick and come back to us. I haven't talked about it. This is Boodlebox. This is a generative AI platform full of hundreds of bots, that have been handpicked by this company, my wife's company. My wife actually, with the help of one other person, completely coded in a couple weeks this generative AI. They just sat down and did it. They thought it would be cool and fun. And we now have this entire generative AI platform. So let's see
Nice.
here. Okay. Activision, the knowledge provided does not mention any official statement from Activision. So Activision doesn't have any official statements on the knifing. Of course, it's Activision, they're probably going to be a little quiet, acknowledging that the knifing system in Black Ops 6 is broken and needs fixing. However, it does highlight player complaints about the knife's performance. So, they aren't saying that it's broken, but they do acknowledge that there's some performance issues, including its slow speed and limited range. So it has been acknowledged. The knowledge also suggests that Treyarch and Raven software may address these issues through patches or updates based on player feedback.
Well, that's
That's a sad answer. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm so sorry, Double.
at least it's good to know that they've acknowledged that they've got performance issues.
Yes.
Hopefully they can find a pill
Agreed.
for that.
Hopefully they can. I don't know. They should talk to their doctors
Got somebody
first.
recommend 'em,
Yeah. And they're really good at signing those HIPAA violation paper,
Oh yeah.
but they just never talk to us about it. Oh, that was sorry, that was a burn. That was a big burn. Let's see. I can also ask what other people have said about the knifing in Black Ops 6. See if we are alone. Or what have other people have said, oops, other people said about the knifing in Black Ops 6. My grammar is terrible too, apparently. ADHD, so I just swing with it. And the cool thing about this AI is that it'll take some of the previous questions in this topic and it'll use those to reference the next question. I'm going to create a search query based
Nice.
off of our previous question. And it's going to give us here what other people have said, right? So if we want to look up any conspiracy theories or anything like that as well while we're here, we can definitely take time to do that. Other players have reported issues with the knife's hit registration, making it unreliable in some situations. They also mentioned that lag can affect the registration of melee attacks. So we all know that there was some lagging issues in the game. I felt it.
Yeah, server connection wasn't that great in the first couple days of the first beta.
Yep. So, and some players have found the knife's speed and stealth to be helpful, but others have expressed frustration with its limited range and its low speed. I feel like that's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
I want to know how other people are saying that they get speed. I want to know how they're getting their speed, please. If anybody knows, definitely shoot us some comments and let us know how you've been getting some
If you were
speed
out
out
there
of that knife.
playing and you were like, "Oh, I was able to catch everybody all the time. It was no problem. I just did X, Y, Z." Please let me know.
Yes, let us know.
I'd love for you to tell, and then I'll be like, "Hey, great, I can address my issues here."
Yeah, give Double a reason to buy the game, please, if there's anybody out there.
While I'm not unreasonable. Like if you want to bid into a person and say, look, if you want to do this, you have to deal with these perks, and you don't get to have some of these other perks which have been, typically the perks that you use when you're knifing. And they say, look, you just, if you want to have that functionality, you're going to have to do it this way. Well, that's a decision choice that's been made. The fact that they did not add speed boost when you're carrying your knife only, that felt like somebody was making this game that wasn't playing this game.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. They must not have been playing the game. Because the that we want
Gotta play
are
the game, man.
not there. And we just hope that they do end up there. Does anybody else in question chance figure something out? Because there's been a lot of news drops lately. Oh yeah, another piece of news while we're waiting for anybody to come up with stuff. November 1st is when they plan on dropping the Nuketown that's not named Nuketown. That's another name. I think it's like Sand something, Sandstorm or something like that. And so that's when they plan on dropping Nuketown. That's not named Nuketown. November 1st. Please, wondering about that because we didn't say that outright beforehand. Also, I would also love to point out that Double has an amazing voice podcast. That earlier, he does have an amazing. And
I've been appreciating it all night.
yes, it's nice. It's like honey.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Now I
So-
can't say anything without feeling like I've got to be like, well, it's right here, just ready to make things wonderful and fun at any chance that I've got.
Yes. Any chance that he has. All right, without any
You a
other
fan there, Pickles?
questions.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pickles is a fanboy. Yeah, when's the
Oh,
next
really?
time? When's the next time we're gonna go on tour? Without any other questions, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. But next week, as long as my wife doesn't give birth, which
Tell her
actually,
to hold her legs shut.
we are going
Put it in the
to.
podcast tonight.
We are scheduled
No,
to go
listen,
in
we
on
got the podcast
Tuesday.
going, honey. I got you the knee band. Just wrap it on tight.
Breathe. I'll be back.
Yeah, right.
And
That's how it works, right?
And then we'll drive
They
you
can
there.
just hold on to that thing for a while extra.
Yes, the baby doesn't come out when the baby wants to come out. It comes out when the parents say it comes out.
First step to
Yes.
good parenting. Show it
First
who's
step.
boss.
Yes. Parenting tip 101. Tell your kids what to do and they do it. Ta-da! That always happens.
That is exactly how it works in my house.
That's
exactly how it works.
Amazing. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. So, with all of the news coming out, we are going to take time to go through some of that news in our next podcast. We'll definitely look forward to inviting you out to join our podcast again sometime in the future. Double, thank you so much for being here. Everything you bring to the table
Thanks for
is
having me.
amazing. And again, we love that charity that you support. And if there's any way that anybody else watching this stream, watching this podcast, is interested, we are definitely going to post those URLs in the comments, the areas that you guys can get a hold of them and make your way on over there, support, and make a child's in their life right now, their dreams come true. Is just their basic need. And then from that point they can have much more wild dreams to go and chase bigger and better things in their life and have that opportunity. Yeah, thank you again, Double. Thank you, Pickles. We are definitely signing out. And as always, guys, think good, do good, be good.